loco, yung yes. Project Esther. It's basically the conspiracy. I don't even know what we're even doing anymore. Like, it just seems. Obviously, we're making headway if they're making laws and but it's so weird that people just refuse to see it for what it is. Why would you ever think to the contrary? Do you think the way you do based on evidence, or is it opinion? I just don't think people really give that too much thought and understand that they're no matter how you slice it, you're just a puppet. You're a puppet. I don't know why. It's all arrogance, man. Arrogance is just the foundation of everything. It's truly insane how arrogant everyone is. And that's what separates us. That's what makes you and me different. Is you'll call me arrogant, and I'll ask you how, and then you'll say something stupid. But I'll call you arrogant and give you a bunch of examples of it. I can prove to you that you're arrogant. The most obvious one is your religious beliefs. Your Christianity, your Islam, your Judaism, whichever one you choose. You literally believe that because you want to. Karen, what's going on there? How you doing? It's wild. Fighting against arrogance. I don't even know what to do. How do you compete with arrogance? How do you destroy arrogance? I don't know. It's imperative. I mean, it's something as simple as believing that you're an American, so America's the best and all that. Like, it's just that simple. Have you been everywhere else? Have you tried everything else? Have you done extensive research on everywhere else and their law and all that stuff? Like, how do you know America's the best? It's just wild. Again, the Christian thing shouldn't be such a big deal. It shouldn't be so hard to get people to talk about their own beliefs, their own shit. You're the one that believes it, not me. Booted there already. Huh. Karen gets kicked out. Interesting how, like, the censorship, the interference in the last week and a half or so, since like the day before Charlie, a couple days before 9/11, it's been pretty outrageous. The rabbit always beats the terrapin. That's funny. It's like all the things that give you the proof that I'm right are the things that make it difficult to watch the feed. So it's like a double-edged sword. It's like a two-sided dildo. fucked either way. We're going to talk about Project Esther here in a minute. I just saw something on it. So like normal, I'm not going to... I want to look into it fresh, unbiased. So I'm not going to look at it first. I'm going to look at it with y'all. We can go through it together. What's that one dude's name? The goofy guy always wears a suit. Conspiracy guy, but truther guy always wears a suit. Fuentes or something like that. Can't remember. It's sort of irritating. It's really shocking. Like, I keep seeing pictures of Charlie Kirk with like ooh, these guys were silenced. Oh, it's so irritating. Charlie Kirk does not belong in the same category as Martin Luther King does. Come on. And this crazy, like, this thing where it's like he didn't deserve to be silenced for his words, and dude, this guy promoted genocide. Come on, what are we even doing? And when you think about these Christmas shivers and lovers are actually being remiss and not going forth and spreading his word in good stories and neglecting their discipleship duties now. Shovers and lovers. And you guys, you Scottish people, you definitely have your own go, man. These shovers and lovers. Oh, look, the fake dumbass profile is here. Good old Ellie, who is seriously, like, she is a prime example of the stupidity I'm talking about. It's mind-numbing how stupid this person is. Constantly talking about, ask the questions, I'll answer it. Then you ask a question and it got nothing to say. It's so stupid. And then to think, like, apparently she claims to be in the Philippines. The fucking idea that Filipinos are Christians is just, what the fuck? How did that even happen? Christians are just the worst, man. It's just it's so stupid. It's not even something to be proud of. It's so associated with negativity and pedophilia and just, and it's just such impossible nonsense. You know, the is that I can talk about Christianity every day, and there's never any reasonable arguments. It's just crybaby shit. It's just more and more crybaby shit. I'll answer you. Yeah, see, sure you will. No, you are negativity. I'll share positives to you. Are you just some NPC on autopilot? It's shocking. It's really not even worth being, caught in that trap. But it's crazy to hear. Why not come with me and let's learn together? Duh. Because you don't know shit. There is no learning with you. You're a moron. You're a moron. Like, no questioning that. You're a fucking moron. It's crazy. The day I start learning from morons is it's a bad day. I spent too many years doing it already. But it's embarrassing that you this is the best that you have. You don't. How can you be so stupid? You're a woman. This is supposed to be a woman who's Filipino, and she's gonna claim to be a Christian. Yet, 1 Timothy 2:12. Well, that part she doesn't like that part, so she just doesn't. She just pretends like it doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. Game on. How do we find your remedial class? Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Will, she's a Filipino. Philippines, right? The hub of Christianity, the Philippines. It's so embarrassing. How can you be that stupid, man? How did that happen? How did that poison come into your life? This is the thing that you'll find with every single Christian is you can't get an answer to that question. Why are you a Christian? You don't know. Oh, well, thank you for sending me wishes and salutations. That's not very nice. Come on, Karen, you're better than that.
Hello, big boy.
Tubuku. 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 Reconnecting. Trying to reconnect. Reconnecting. Why do we have to reconnect? I'm Christian for people like you. Yes, I'm stupid, you're smart. It's like there's no point in talking to this person because they don't even know how to have like real conversation. It's just stupid. If you can't tell me why I should accept your bullshit, then why would I accept your bullshit? You don't even... If you don't know why you're a Christian, how can you possibly tell somebody else to do it? What would you even say to them? Yeah, be like me, I'm a Christian because no reason whatsoever, I just am. And of course, the feed fucks up. But why are you a Christian, Will? What's your reasoning? Shouldn't you have a reason for it? Especially when you know, like, any bit of the history of it or anything, any truth about it. Don't you understand what we're talking about here? We could be in heaven. Just insane. I'm Christian so I could help heal other people's hearts. So you're arrogant, because you just said a pretty arrogant thing. Right? I'm Christian so I can help heal other people's hearts. What an arrogant douchebag thing to say. I struggle with it daily. So shouldn't you let it go? I mean, you generally come across as somebody who reasonably intelligent at the very least. So why won't you let it go? What's the reason why you're struggling with it? You shouldn't believe in something that you have to struggle with. You should believe in something that fucking inspires you and lifts you up and makes you a better person. The day you have to struggle with it is the day you should realize, like, something's not right here.
Actors in the play read what they're told to say. But what happens when we don't
It's weird. Sure you have. Good for you on the submarines. Why? You love changing subjects because what? You can't continue this one? Is there a reason why you insist on changing the subject? It's the lack of understanding titles? Hey, it's John. It's literally the stream name. Right, it's the title of the show. But then do you not see that there's something else attached to it? Or is that just inconvenient? Clearly this is about more than just submarines. And the thing is, if we even were talking about submarines, but then we started talking about this instead, why not stick with the topic at hand, and then if we come back to submarines, then we can go there. Seems weird, right? Project Esther. Let's read about Project Esther. So I can't imagine a thing in your title. Says someone tell you about arrogance, you're pretty arrogant yourself. Yep, that's arrogance. That's arrogance by me not just being like, oh, okay. By me explaining something to you. Yep. We see who you are. Project Esther is a project of the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank based in Washington, D.C. that aims to suppress pro-Palestinian protests and what it classifies as anti-Semitism. The effort has received support from several evangelical Christian organizations, but no major Jewish ones. That's weird. According to the New York Times, Slate, Haaretz, The Forward, and Jewish Insider, Project Esther does not address right-wing anti-Semitism. It has been criticized for incorporating anti-Semitic tropes into its rhetoric. Project Esther broadly labels criticism of Israel as terrorism and calls for targeting universities, students, and American progressive politics and politicians. That's interesting. Ellie's a moron, dude. I'm telling you, Ellie is a fucking moron. I wouldn't even bother. Politico described Project Esther as a lesser-known blueprint from the same creators of Project 2025. In May 2025, the New York Times found that the second Trump administration had called for or acted upon more than half of Project Esther's proposals. That's fucking crazy. History. The Heritage Foundation launched Project Esther in October of 2024. It is named after the biblical figure Esther. The plan was drafted by Victoria Coates, Robert Greenway, and Daniel Flesch, following the October 7th Hamas-led attack on Israel. Ooh. The project describes pro-Palestinian groups as part of a Hamas support network. I mean, again, if Hamas was real, I would absolutely support them. But they're not even real. So it's a joke. But anybody that would stand up to Israel, yes, they're going to get support. And aims to dismantle the pro-Palestinian movement in the U.S., its support at schools and universities, progressive organizations, and in Congress by labeling them as effectively a terrorist support network. What about freedom of speech there, buddy? Aren't we supposed to have freedom of speech? According to the New York Times, the plan built on efforts from summer 2024 to create a national strategy to, quote, convince the public to perceive the pro-Palestinian movement in the United States as part of a global Hamas support network that possesses a threat not simply to American Jewry, but to America itself. That is disgusting. And I mean, I just wish I could. I wish one of these groups would target me, because I would love to hear what they have to say. I would love to hear their way of doing it. The project reportedly struggled to find Jewish organizations with which to partner, while sidelining those that do partner with it. The project reportedly struggled to find Jewish organizations to partner and with which to partner, while sidelining those that do partner with it. That's weird. Several Jewish and Christian Zionist organizations told the New York Times that they did not want to associate with the plan because its failure to focus on right-wing anti-Semitism was too partisan. I mean, that's the arrogance in saying, oh, okay, well, you don't do enough anti-Semitism stuff. It's just fucking crazy. As part of its plans, Project Esther said it would wait until a friendly presidential administration. Fucking bees. After which, we will organize rapidly, take immediate action to stop the bleeding, and achieve all objectives within 2 years. It started in 2024, didn't it? So what do you mean they were waiting for a... A New York Times report found that many of the second Trump administration's actions called for and closely matched that more than half of Project Esther's proposals. In an interview with the Times, Project Esther... Shit. I got you. You all right? You feeling any better? Huh? Go take it easy today, dude. Here. No, forget it. I mean, this is just another example of it. It's all just really scary. It's like all these people that supposedly believe one thing or another, but they can't tell you why. Why would you believe this shit? And they don't know. Ask anybody why they support Israel, and they can't tell you. Other than, like, lame, the Bible kind of bullshit. But there is no, like, real anything to attach to. It's really scary how, it would be the same as people saying, well, I want to, I want to limit people's rights and all that who don't believe in Santa Claus. If you don't believe in Santa Claus, then it's just crazy. Give a number. I'll call and see. Again, this dumbass wants to talk to me. Instead of making a single reasonable point in the comment section where it's easier for you. Where you're not under the gun of being live and all that. I mean, it's just fucking stupid. Like, you're not worth it. You're not worth it. Why would I ever spend time talking directly to you? More of that arrogant bullshit, right? Where you're pretending like, we need to have a conversation. We need to speak directly to each other for you to be able to make reasonable arguments. How embarrassing is that, right? You're just a fucking moron. It's wild. You know, if I had ever decided to be a spectator on somebody's shit, I would like do my best to try to impress them, to make them want to talk to me, not beg them and cry and, you know, all kinds of stupidity because of it. No. There's no way I would, you know. That level of arrogance is just not who I am. No, he won't win a second battle. A Sega Mega Drive. Yeah, no shit. Dude, you are not worth it, says the guy who just wanted me to give him my number so he could call me. Like, what sort of inbred, you know, chosen sort of stupidity, immature stupidity is this? If I'm not worth it, then why would you be here every single day begging for my attention? If I'm not worth it, why would you want to talk to me on the phone? Talk about just fucking stupid. I'll impress you if you talk to me on a one-on-one. Right. Again, the level of stupidity it takes to think along those lines. Randy, you don't have shit. You're a fucking coward. You're a cowardly little bitch who fucks with children. 'Cause I want to save your soul. Sure you do. But not enough to make a reasonable point in the comment section, right? I'm already decided that you're stupid from all of the comments that you've made, Ellie. Talking to you in person isn't going to change that. You're fucking stupid. No, man, I hate typing. Oh, so we should give in to your hates. What you hate is what matters. You don't hate typing enough to say all of the other shit. See, this is what they do, right? So they'll come up with all the reasons, excuses in the world why they can't make one reasonable. He hates typing. I can't tell you how many hundreds of comments this person has typed. But to type the one that actually says something of merit, oh, I can't do that one. But I'll type a whole bunch of other shit. I'll type a whole bunch of stupid shit. You won't pull up. You won't do anything, Randy. You're a coward. You're a fucking bitch-ass pedophile coward. Notice how you don't deny that. You never deny it. You're just a piece of shit pedophile. I love you. Is that off merit? What? What kind of weird ass shit is this? You know, it's funny because you always hear famous people talk about how they don't like the fans and people are weird and shit. And you just think like, how can you say that, man? It has to be amazing, blah, blah, blah. But then look at it. Look at how this is. Look at these weirdo fucking, you know, slugs. Just trying their best to get any sort of, oh yeah, well, I'll pull up. I'm gonna pull up. You're not gonna do a damn thing, Randy. You don't even live near me. So how could you pull up? If you were going to, you would have done it by now. But you're just a fucking pedophile bitch. You and that tiny dick of yours won't do a damn thing. I'll convert to Christianity for Ellie. You should. Christian love is pedophile love, isn't it? Ohio is a few hours drive. Yeah, you won't make it. You probably don't even have a car. I doubt your mom's going to let you use her car to come get your shit kicked in. Pretty simple. But you're just a bitch anyway. You won't do it. So keep talking your shit, dumbass. Ellie's so stupid she believed you. But this is, this is exactly what I'm talking about. There's no examples like to the
What are you talking about today?
same old shit. Yeah, well, I have people that keep telling me if I were to talk to them live, then they could make a good point. They can't make a good point in the comment section. But if I would just give them a little bit more attention, because I'm not worth it and I suck so much and all this. If I would just give them a little bit more attention, then everything would be a lot better for them. It's really strange, man. Oh. So again, Randy is so mad because I think we should kill pedos that he's getting all stupid now. Right? Because he's just a fucking crybaby. He's a crybaby pedo, and these pedos don't want someone like me to have any sort of power. Right? Any sort of power means they're going to be literally hunted down and killed. Hunted down. We will, when I win the presidency in 2028, there will be a $3.8 billion a year task force that is specifically designed to hunt people down like Randy. Tough guys who act like tough guys with kids and bully kids and violate kids and shit. And they don't want that. That terrifies them. Yeah, and you're like, well, all right, so that's determination. Well, I mean, how am I supposed to think that means I must be wrong? I must be wrong about what I'm saying for people to obsess over me so much. To set their alarm so they can come watch me, blah, 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 blah. I must be super wrong. The devil worshiper, yeah. Oh boy. You know me and the devil. I don't believe in God, but I worship the devil because, that makes sense. Let's see. I love when people point out the censorship. Like, oh yeah, you and your 5 viewers, right? Right. Well, clearly there's even more than 5 people talking. Free Palestine. I agree with you to an extent. I don't know what Free Palestine means, so that's sort of difficult because, what are we talking about? When was Palestine ever even free? Free 2023, pre-2006, pre-2016, pre-2006, pre-1983, pre-1967, 1948, 19, like, when are we talking about as far as Free Palestine goes? And especially now, again, the same thing I've been saying for quite some time. What about Yemen, Lebanon, Syria, Qatar? What about all these other countries that that are being victimized by Israel. Fuck Charlie Kirk and fuck everybody that supports him. You know what's funny too? Is they never say, oh, you and your 75 viewers when the count's allowed to get that high. They never say anything like that. It's just when it's clearly been throttled down to 5, that's when they have something to say. You're wrong. I'm sure you're wrong. Doesn't matter what you're talking about. I'm sure you're wrong. You imagine little Dick Randy showing up. All right, I'm here. Realizing what a mistake he made. So embarrassing. 75 is not a lot either, right? I know, because you could get a lot more. It's 75 is just the people at the moment. Usually it's like 3, 4, 5, 10,000. But hey, what do I know? You know, all of this, see, you can always tell how stupid somebody is because they're dumb enough to answer certain questions or respond to certain things. But when you ask them direct questions, they have nothing to say. Oh, I'm trying to save your soul. How? Give me some reasons, give me some examples, give me some evidence. Oh, I don't have anything else. Never seen more than 12. Yup, there's 14 here right now, you dumb shit. Oh, but they're the worst. You should hate them. These are the kids that make a bomb. Yes, the adults are teaching the kids how to make bombs. Yup. You're Y-O-U-R, a sinner, and you need Jesus. See, as soon as you start pointing out how stupid Sean is, he just, right, you're a sinner, right. I'm going to spell it wrong, Y-O-U-R, right. Just stupid, man. You can't help but prove how stupid you are, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh. Randy got himself blocked. Don't worry, guys. He'll make another profile. They always do. You're a bad speller. No, you're stupid. You're stupid. Yep, and again, gotta love these bongs. The Israelis are just so dumb, man. They really are. They don't even make the changes necessary to make it seem more realistic. Mostly because they don't care. They're not worried. I'm gonna go to USS Albacore. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you're gonna go to some place and take really good footage of it. You're gonna show me. God, it's so dumb. Americans are fucking insane, but people are insane everywhere. Because we live in a one-world society. We live with a one-world government. And they have us believing basically the same things everywhere. Do I know these individuals about as much as I know you? It's just obsession, man. It's just weird-ass obsession. And you would think, you know, since I'm wrong, there wouldn't be such an obsession. But it's funny too. The dumbass says 75 isn't a lot, but then says, I've never seen more than 12 people here. Right? Oh, It's just so stupid. They just walk into everything so willingly. It bothers me because I wish my opposition was more intelligent. You know, I wish my opposition was more capable so I could learn something in the process. If there's something I'm getting wrong, fucking hey, I'd love to hear it. Yesterday, within the first 20 minutes, I had over 1,000 views and 50 to 60 watchers the whole time. But of course, the comment section was shut down from the beginning. So I couldn't see anything. Now, when I went back live, and when I reset to let the comment section come through, then suddenly I'm throttled again. Oh, you absolutely are. BS, I was here yesterday. Yeah, that happened yesterday. Yeah. Let's see. Here, Karen is responding to my thing from yesterday. She says, yep, but that was Tuesday, sorry. Was it? Yeah, Tuesday. Your comments are off. Was beginning to think you were blanking me. I was here first, too. Yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah. Look how desperate this dumbass is. Just, this is your average Christian. They lie, they're desperate, they're stupid, and they want you to be in that same category with them so they don't feel as bad about being the dumbass, you know, lying piece of shits they are. It's amazing, you know? It's amazing how, like, it's not hard to prove it. And they seem to want to more than anyone else. Or they're just not smart enough to realize what they're doing. I don't know. It's probably a combination. But at the end of the day, if I was wrong about shit, people wouldn't hold back. They'd just say, you're wrong about this because of this. And if I asked them simple questions, they would answer simple questions. You know, the number one question has gone from, because at this point, nobody's going to bother to answer the question as to why they're fucking here, why they spend so much of their lives on me if I'm wrong. But the question is now, why are you a Christian over a Muslim? What makes you think Christianity is true? What makes you think Judaism is true? I got a lot of Jews on here. They lie and pretend like they're not, but... Well, if you really wanted to save me, you'd come at me with better stuff. Do you not think you're, Y-O-U-R, more of a problem in society? Yeah, defund the government instead of putting the right people in the job. What? But it's always confusing to me when people just start making fucking arguments on their own. Like, what are you even talking about? 21 days to implement change. I have 20 to go. What's that? That's your mentality. Is it? You know what my mentality is? Wow, that's amazing. You would think I would have to say something before you would know it, but you know what it is. Look, when people can't argue against what I say, they start making up their own arguments, right? They start saying crazy shit that they're prepared to argue, that they have an argument already in the chamber for. But this is just how stupid it is. Yep, 75 live, comments flying, generally remedial ranters mainly, but what was that, 3 times going live to get them back? No, only once. I only had to do it the second time, but then again, after I went live again, it was tanked. The whole feed was tanked and it wouldn't work anymore. And then after that, then we had the thing yesterday when they were deleting their comments after they would write them, only to pretend like I'm the one deleting them when clearly, like, I don't have more than 2 hands. But this is how it works, man. And what's funny is, One, they don't attempt to debunk anything I'm saying. And two, they don't even try to champion their own beliefs. They don't sit there and tell you the good stuff about their own shit. They just, like, cry. It's the weirdest shit. Just cry. Let's see. Blaming everyone else for your own actions of not putting out love. You're full of hate. Y-O-U-R, full of hate. And I'm blaming everyone else for my actions. See what I mean? They just say any dumb shit they can. Yep, it's me that's in charge of Hollywood and is constantly raping children. Yep. It's me that's in charge of the genocide. There's a genocide taking place, and it's being broadcast on TV every day. And, I'm like, yeah, show it more on TV. Here, Channel 2, you show this. Channel 4, you show that. I need to take responsibility for my own actions. Believe for people in down to personal preference, everyone dies. What? I swear, it's just stupidity. I don't even know why. This is why I stop reading people's comments. Once you say enough stupid shit, there's no point in reading your shit anymore. So, a New York Times report found that many of the second Trump administration's actions called for and closely matched that more than half of Project Esther's proposals. In an interview with the Times, Project Esther's architects said that while there were clear parallels between its proposals and Trump administration actions, heritage officials did not know whether the White House had used Project Esther as a guideline. Which, again, it just seems like when it comes to what they want their stuff to be out, and they don't, it's the same thing. They don't debunk other people's stuff. They don't even tell you why their stuff is correct. They just tell you you're not allowed to say it. You're not allowed to think it. And that's Israel, like, 101. Yet, of course, Israel hasn't gotten behind this group at all. Apparently. In January 2025, oh yeah, Steven something or other, the Delta, the leader, I remember him now, also just capable, lock located, I think the stupidity, energy here must be temporary, contagious. Yeah, maybe. Shit breeds shit. That's what Jerry always used to say. I bet Jerry's dead now. Long dead now. Jerry was the sales manager for the Sears in-home remodeling company that I worked for a year or so. Can't remember. It was a job I lost thanks to my DUI. DUI, that was fun. Always loved getting a DUI. In January 2025, a report by The Forward revealed a leaked pitch deck the Heritage Foundation sent to Project Esther donors that included a plan to identify and target Wikipedia editors the group said were abusing their position by publishing allegedly anti-Semitic content. I mean, first of all, we have to distinguish the difference, right? Anti-Semitic would be opposing the Palestinians, because the Palestinians are the Semitic people in this conflict. New study says that 95% of Israelis don't even have Semitic blood. They're European, they're Russian, they're Ukrainian, they're American. So it's important that we understand that anti-Semitic is a racist term that goes against all of the people of that region. And all the people, black, white, brown, they're all Semitic people. North Africans, Syrians, Iranians, Iraqi. These are all Semitic people. Semitism is policy or predisposition favorable to Jews. Right? Policy or predisposition favorable to Jews. So when they say something is anti-Semitism, you should be like, yeah, proud. I'm proud of that. I'm very proud to say anti-Semitism. I'm opposed to supremacy in all its forms. Let's end this cult immediately. Like that's a whole different argument. And so when they start calling things anti-Semitism, you need to embrace it. Yes, this is. I am anti-Semitism. I don't know if I'm repeating myself. You support that crowd, while you are a part of the problem. Oh, man. You want to be taken seriously and you can't even get words right. This guy again. Aww. Oh, I'm so stupid. YouTube suggests it, so I watch it. That's the only option. That's my only option. If YouTube suggests it, I have to watch it. You're the law. Well, there are no good cops, I can tell you that. If there were any good cops, there wouldn't be any bad cops. There might be better cops than other cops. But good cops would be doing everything they could to eliminate the bad cops, and they don't. The New York Times described Project Esther's goals as, quote, branding a broad range of critics of Israel as effectively a terrorist support network so they could be deported, defunded, sued, fired, expelled, ostracized, and otherwise excluded from what is considered open society. And the thing is, like, that the whole argument in itself is what proves the point more than anything. Belch, right? Because if everything being said about Israel wasn't true, then they would embrace it and say, okay, you have these misconceptions here, let's explain it, let's put out a documentary, let's have a large scale interview, let's do something to show the people that all that conspiracy stuff about the Jews isn't true. And that's all they would do. The only reason you want to make it illegal is so that, you can scare people into not doing it. It highlighted attempts to remove curriculum viewed as Hamas support from schools and universities, remove supporting faculty, purge social media of alleged anti-Semitic content, rescind institutions' public funding, and revoke visas for and deport those who engaged in pro-Palestinian advocacy. Just think about how insane that is. Isn't there like 180 some countries in the world? And yet there's only one that deserves this specific treatment. And nobody will tell you why. It's the craziest thing in all of it is you never get the why. All the crybaby stuff. All they do is say mean things about Israel. They're anti-Semitism. They're this, that, and the other. They just don't want the Jews there. Why not? Why? Isn't there a reason? The one question you never answered is why. Funny. Let's say you are correct about everything. What is their motives? What is their point? Who? There are no good cops. Evil only prevails when good men stand by and do nothing. Guy, write that down. Sounds catchy. I'm not the first one to say it. Mossad took out Charlie Kirk. Of course they did. If he's even dead. I don't tend to think he's dead. Peter, thoughts on you pedos? I hate you pedos. I hope you all die. We're going to do everything we can to make sure you end up being killed. I wear black sports bras? Ew. What a fucking weird whore. That's fucking crazy, man. It's what it takes, though. My mom used to live in West Olive. Speaking of Naples, why anybody would want to live down there is beyond me. It's so fucking hot. And then there's the whole hurricane thing. Now, in Naples, you're going to be less likely to get hit by the hurricanes. But no thanks. Too hot. Back to reading. Project Esther accuses, quote, America's Jewish community of complacency. Its sole Jewish chair, Eli Kohanim, has criticized other Jewish groups combating anti-Semitism. It's just such a weird thing. Why don't they just call it anti-Jew stuff? Why don't they just call it anti-Jewish? That's what they're trying to say. And that's what they say that we mean whenever we say free Palestine and stuff, that we're anti. So why don't they just say that? Why is anti-Semitism specifically used all the time? And I think it's because what the words mean. You know, the Jews don't care if you believe what they believe, respect their beliefs. You know, they definitely don't want you to be a part of their cult. What they want is for you to be a Christian. Because dumbass Christians believe that the Jews are God's chosen people. A completely different religion that actually hates you, you believe is your God's chosen people. Like, it's fucking crazy. Right? It's just crazy how this works. And again, it's like, these are facts. You know, it's a fact that Christianity comes out of Second Temple Judaism. It's the fact that Christianity is the slave religion given to the slaves to you know, boost morale and shit and put the Jews in the leader position. It's a fact. It's a fact that everybody in the Bible is Jewish. Belch. I was watching Dan Blazarian. So why? Just for the sake of argument. Submarines are... Yeah, I'm not talking about submarines right now. You want to talk about submarines, go look at parts 1 through 9. Talk all about submarines. You can get all the answers you want. Why would they lie about it? Control purposes, just like they do with everything else. The same reason they lie about going to space. The same reason they lie about an Iron Dome. The Iron Dome's most effective capabilities are you believing in the Iron Dome. If you believe in the Iron Dome, you're going to think, well, why would I bother shooting anything into Israel if it's just going to get shot down? And they'll show you example after example of them shooting rockets into their own airspace and into agreed upon coordinates so they can be shot down. They'll show that over and over again because the Palestinians are just so stupid that after all this time, they just keep shooting rockets into Israeli airspace, not directly into Israel, but into Israeli airspace so they can be shot down and then give Israel the excuse it needs to attack with the pre-planned attack that they take out 10 targets and, you know, all that within, like, just bullshit. It's the most insane bullshit to think that anybody after all this time that you would still think that that was a good idea. That you would somehow save up all of your no Palestinian money to purchase some sort of rocket and rocket launcher so you could launch a rocket into the airspace to be shot down so then they can attack that area where the rocket came. Who would ever do something so stupid? It just doesn't make any sense. But if you look at it from the perspective that Israel does it, Israel shoots the rockets into the agreed upon coordinates so that they can be shot down, so it can be filmed and then broadcast to the world that, hey, if you shoot something at Israel, it'll get shot down. We have the technology. That's effective. It's like the Samson option, right? Israel is the only country in the world that is neither confirmed nor denied on whether they have nuclear weapons or not. Officially. Everybody knows that they say, well, I don't believe in nukes, but they say they have them. Or they have said they've had them, but they won't confirm it. They won't let the inspectors in. You know, the same old rhetoric bullshit. It always is. But the real magic behind the Samson option is the belief in it. If you believe that if Israel is attacked, that they'll launch their nukes in every direction, well, you're like, well, I don't, that's really dangerous. We don't want them launching their nukes in every direction, so let's hold off on attacking. Belief is the strongest weapon. By controlling belief, they control the narrative. They control how you think, makes them controlling what you think so much easier. The key is you believe the earth is round. If you believe the earth is round, well, then you can believe in meteors, and you can believe in tides and tidal waves and super volcanoes, and dinosaurs got wiped out, and all of it. It all fits together. It all comes down to you believing the narrative that they want you to believe, and then it just extends from there. But the weird thing is, when it comes to religion, how how the payoff only comes after you die. You have to die first. But you experience like a taste of it because, your fellow Christians are not good people. So if they find out somebody isn't Christian, they'll openly, ostracize them, attack them, whatever. And if you're a Christian, if two guys are being interviewed for a job, the one guy is slightly better than the other guy, but that guy is an atheist, or the guy that isn't as good is like a big Christian, blah, blah, blah. Christians will be more likely to go with them, especially Jews. Especially Jews. Jews are all about keeping the money inside the family, so to speak. And so you do see a benefit to it, but it's a man-made, manufactured benefit. A manipulation. So explain martyrdom. Explain martyrdom. I mean, what's the explanation? What are you talking about? Explain martyrdom. Bullshit. Somebody gets killed, somebody wants to justify it, so they say it had something to do with religion. And now it's like, oh, I feel better because my person's a martyr now. Really stupid. It's not that hard to shoot down an unguided ballistic arc missile. Yeah! Says, random guy who works at Starbucks. Well, it's not that hard. Then at the same time, it's, oh, well, the Palestinians are committing economic terrorism because they're shooting $300 to $800 rockets into Israel, and the rockets that it cost, and the rockets that the intercepting rockets are 10 to 15,000. So they're committing economic terrorism. I had a friend say that one to me once. What about the bones in museums, the dinosaur bones? There's so many evidence of dinosaur existing. Yep, that's what it is. There's so many evidence of it. It's admitted that like 95% of everything you see in the museum is fake, is mache, and they say that the real bones are kept in, the Smithsonian under wraps and under lock and key because they lasted the millions of years to get to when they were found, but then suddenly now they need our help. Now they need preservation in the last 100 years. It's fucking dumb. It's just dumb. If it's okay for martyrdom in Islam, it's okay for me. What? You see why I ignore comments? It's just dumbass nonsense. He just hit his car. Uh-oh. Point and press, the right to bear arms or the right to arm bears. Well, I mean, the whole Second Amendment thing is not, it's amazing how stupid the average American is. The Second Amendment is not about being able to protect your family from intruders or hunt for food. The Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, is about us being able to arm ourselves against a government that goes tyrannical on us. The Second Amendment is about the people fighting the government, the system. What's my view on pyramids? What's a pyramid? Pyramids in Egypt? You're saying pyramids? You think they're called pyramids to the point where you spelled it the same way twice? Take control is something that you personally believe in, correct? It's not something you have faith in. It's something you know is true. You feel like you have seen the proof, right? Absolutely. Yeah, I know he means pyramids, but to think that somebody thinks they're called pyramids, pyramids, like it would be one thing if you spelled it wrong once, but to spell it wrong twice means that's what you think it is. Right. So you were capable of saying everything else. Okay, gotcha. What do I think of pyramids? Just more evidence of the Tartaria bullshit that's hidden from us. Pyramids are thousands of miles away. I can't actually see those. I can't experience those. But I can go to downtown Detroit and see a whole bunch of fucking old world buildings that make no sense. Well, they make no sense as far as the reality we're told. Again, I hate saying things don't make sense because everything makes sense depending on how you look at it. But I mean, the whole idea of the Jewish control thing, it doesn't take a genius, right? Show me something else that's made illegal to talk about. Show me something else that the President of the United States is trying to eliminate the First Amendment over. I mean, it's not like this isn't difficult. You could have yeah. Right. I would have moved to Islam, taking down relics of others. If you have something you want to say Then just say it, goofball. Don't be a fucking dumbass. I'm pissed you missed the penultimate comment of mine, dude. I'm amongst woohoos and yeehaws in the feed. I wanted you to read it. Point and press? That was the one. I did read that one. Point and press. Or, yeah. I try to read all of your comments, Karen. So if I didn't read your comment, it's because I didn't see it. Do you consider faith and hope the same thing? No. Not even close. Hope is that, I hope it rains today. Faith is saying, it's going to rain today because God's going to make it rain. And it's fucking completely different. Faith is what you have in the absence of logic, of evidence, of reason. Hope is just, you hope something happens. Like that's hope is a good thing. But faith is dangerous. Faith is stupidity disguised as like this noble thing when it's really not. It's awful. And if you see, look at the comments that come at me. These are all people that have faith. Why would governments care about whether anybody believes in dinosaurs or not? They get nothing from it. Really? Why do you think they get nothing from it? If we believe in dinosaurs, then that validates, one, that they know things, they have technologies, they can do things that we can't do. Two, it adds, age to the world. It's how they create this notion of time and, bullshit. Three, they make a ton of money off of it, off of the museums and shit like that. They can say that it's the fucking, all the oil is the broken down bits of dinosaurs. It's really stupid, but there's plenty of reasons why it works for them. First book, second book, one, they may have buried it. I don't know what you're talking about. By the way, if you're watching, don't forget to like, share, and sub. I guess that's what they say. Doesn't really seem to, but let's play along. It's weird too. I keep seeing other guys. Tyler Hansen. I can't stand that dude. His whole personality just bugs the shit out of me. Arrogant piece of shit that questions everything but Christianity. Just such stupid shit. But it always seems like these guys are watching my shit. Because they start bringing up stuff that I'm talking about days or weeks in advance. I've been saying for a long time, I don't know if I believe in clones. Because I don't think they can clone the mind. How could you clone Eminem's mind? How could you clone Dave Chappelle's mind? These are genius level intellects. If you could clone that, then do it at a whole bunch of different times and a bunch of different bodies and shit. It's all about, it's a Samson kind of thing. If you believe in the Samson option, it doesn't matter if they actually have nukes or not. You're not gonna test it because you believe they do. Belief is the most important weapon they have. Put religion to the side for a minute. Do you consider faith and belief to be the same thing? No. Why are we talking semantics here? What do you gain from this? Is there an end game to this? Faith is fucking stupid. Belief, well, I have belief that there's a lighter in my hand. We should demand proof. That's it. My comment was telling a remedial class assembly here all about slave religion in books. It's all good. Yeah, I didn't see it. Distraction 101. Yeah, I don't buy the slave narrative. I don't buy the Native American genocide narrative. And it was interesting because I didn't buy it because it didn't make sense. I didn't have anything to sort of back that up. Now, when you talk about Tartaria and you talk about resets and shit, it totally makes sense. But prior to that, I just didn't think the narrative we were given made sense. I have no faith in you ever saying something of sus stance, of Sue stance, of Sue stance. Let's see. That is the person that joined 3 years ago with 2 subscribers. Yep. Nothing of sus. We should kill pedos and we should overthrow the friar control scheme, the Israelis that are the pedos and are the genocidal fucking psychopaths and are the people that gave you. We should overthrow the people pulling the strings. No Sue stance there. Gotcha. Are you racist? Rambling. Oh, we have rambling. We have rambling. Next, am I going to need my meds? Am I schizophrenic? Which one is it? Only thing you mind is gonna do. Amazing. It's just amazing to me because I would assume that the vast majority of the shit talkers are Christians or would consider themselves Christians. So why do they have such a difficult time talking about their own thing? It's such a strange thing. Would you believe in something that you have such a hard time with? Like Will was saying earlier, he struggles with his Christianity every day. Why would you want to believe something that you have to struggle to believe? You know, for me, like all of the Jew stuff, that's all stuff like the struggle for me comes and I don't want it to be true. You know, that's the only thing that struggle. I like, man, I sure wish this wasn't true. But nothing I believe goes against my common sense and makes me think, oh, well, you know, I guess so. I'm kind of stupid here. You know there's a lighter in your hand. You believe through your knowledge. That is a functional lighter. Having faith that it'll work outside. Well, have faith. No, I don't have faith it'll work outside. I know it'll work outside. As long as the fuel is in it and the spark is there, it's going to work. It's not windy. Having faith would be like, I know the gas is out. I know the flint is gone. And it's windy outside. And I still think it's going to work. It's going to work because I want it to. Because I did some sort of weird ritual with, okay, let me do this. Yeah, that means now I can say, okay, lighter God, make this lighter work. At least I know you're paying attention. I looked up the definition of believe in faith, and they seem to be synonymous with each other. Faith is also not mutually exclusive to God or religion. No shit. You have faith that you live on a round ball flying through space. You have no reason to believe that. No logic behind it. Just fake pictures and shit. But you have faith that that's what it is. You have faith that the history that you're given is true. No reason to believe it. You actually have lots of reasons to the contrary, but you still believe it out of faith, no doubt. It's wild, man. It's wild how willingly ignorant we all are. Look at that. 6 likes and 6 viewers. Totally makes sense. That's how this shit works. let's see, somebody is is crying because, again, they're stupid. You believe dry ice? You want to bring up dry ice because apparently you are stupid? I don't know. But it just, dry ice proves the point. You don't know anything about the world you live in. You just told a bunch of shit and you have faith. You know, you just pick and choose what you like. I was going to type all that shot about dodgy flints and shit, no gas, etc. No time to stay on topic. Spot on. Exactly. Creation itself is created, therefore it is not above God. What? What are you even talking about? Oh, so stupid. It's just so stupid. It's so weird, and it's so, like, it seems like it would be so much easier, right? It seems like it would be so much easier to overthrow this shit because your average Christian is just hanging on by a fingernail to the most moronic, frivolous, fucking stupid shit you can imagine. And yet, for some reason, they insist on sticking to it. And I guess it probably all has to do with the death bullshit. You know, you're so afraid to die. You're so, you know, you're so arrogant. You're going to live on forever and ever and all that shit that, I guess, I mean, I cannot understand why anybody believes that shit. What in your life convinces you that it's real? Especially considering you'll demand proof for everything to the contrary. Oh yeah, well, how do you know? What about, let me see your proof. Let me see. And then you show them proof and they go, okay, let me see some more proof. And you go, okay, well, here's some more. And they go, well, yeah, let me see some more proof. And they'll start arguing stupid shit and all this. But then it's like, okay, well, hey, why don't you show the proof as to why you believe what you believe? And I go, oh, I don't have any of that. I have faith. Faith. That's all I need is faith. Because I got to have faith, faith, faith. I got to have faith, faith, faith. Baby. I'm going Limp Bizkit version. Do these people on here only get out for a couple hours before the medication time in a pudding cup? I mean, that's sort of their argument. You know, they love using the mental stuff as a joke, so I sort of stay away from it. I don't think of it as mental illness. Mental illness is something that can't be helped. You know, mental illness is sad. Mental illness is destructive, and again, it's involuntary. This Christianity bullshit, this religious bullshit is all, you know, by choice. Somebody with mental illness, if given the opportunity to not have it, they would choose it in a second. If you present them with you know, just reasonable, hey, this is mental illness, this is crazy, and they'd be like, yeah, I know, I hate this shit, I wish I wasn't like this. But religious people, that's a different thing altogether. It seems like mental illness because what they believe in is so ridiculous. But it's choice. It's a literal choice. And most of them, you know, the reason why they don't know their own Bible and they don't know their own religious history and shit is because as soon as anybody with even, you know, kind of intelligent mind starts reading what's put forth, you're like, this is dumb. This don't make no sense. They're finding content they want to destroy and attack you. Oh, really? So let's see. He says, yes, guy, a bunch of Jewish people sit around all day finding content they want to destroy and attack you, guy. Okay. Let's just see if we can't prove that even a little bit. First of all, we are already proving that with Project Esther. Because Project Esther literally talks about doing this, right? Goals and tactics. Players plan with organized to take immediate action to stop the bleeding. Extremely, so they could be deported, defunded, sued, fired, expelled, ostracized, and otherwise excluded from what is considered an open society. And again, this is just Project Esther, but let's make it even more obvious, right? Act.il, completely locked, so nobody can get at it. And we know Naftali Bennett has admitted that Israel controls Wikipedia, so everything on Wikipedia is balanced and Zionist in nature. Talk about an alley-oop, right? Act.il was a social networking service used by supporters of Israel to oppose online, quote, anti-Israel content, such as the BDS movement, boycott, divestments, and sanctions. Its activities were referred to as a, quote, online propaganda campaign and, quote, a virtual situation room of pro-Israel experts. Pay attention here, because again, yeah, guy, a bunch of Jewish people sitting around all day finding content they want to destroy and attack you. Let's just see. Act.il directed its users to missions to like, comment on, and share pro-Israel material on social media. It also asked users to flag, report, and respond to criticisms of Israel, which might entail writing a reply using the provided talking points. You have mental problems. You need to take your meds. You're schizophrenic. You're rambling. You're yapping. All the same dumb shit instead of actually answering for any of the claims that are being made. It's all just attack. The app also provided users with ready-made memes promoting Israel's perspective for them to share. Now here we go. By completing missions, users earned points, unlocked badges, and had their scores displayed on leaderboards. Literally, they made trolling into like a real-life video game with real-life prizes and real-life points and real-life shit attached to it. Here we go again. Let's see. Team Jorge. What's Team Jorge? Team Jorge is the name given to an outfit of Israeli contractors specialized in the use of malign cyber activities, including hacking, sabotage, and bot farm-run social media disinformation campaigns to manipulate the outcomes of elections. What? No, dude, that's just for manipulating elections. They don't have the technology to interfere or attack somebody on a YouTube video. No, that's crazy. The group was exposed in February 2023 after an award-winning journalist undercover operation by journalists from France, Germany, Indonesia, Kenya, Spain, Israel, Tanzania, and the United States, not just Israel and France. The organization has been active on paper since at least 2015, just before Trump lost the election, but AIPAC put him in anyway. Remember, he was going to drain the swamp, and then the swamp put him in anyway after he lost by 2.7 million votes. Remember that? Nah. And boasts of having manipulated 33 presidential elections worldwide, many of them in Africa. Don't worry, white guys. At least 4 were in Africa. And in 27 cases with successful results. 82% of the time, this one group, this one of hundreds, if not thousands, of Israeli black ops organizations, 82% of the time this one group was hired to interfere with an election, they were successful. Their activities were revealed following a 2022 sting operation in Tel Aviv carried out by 3 undercover journalists who posed as prospective clients and filmed their interactions with Tal, T-A-L, Hanan, H-A-N-A-N, the group's leader and former Israeli Special Forces operative. He said Team Jorge has been in existence for more than 2 decades and has been engaged in propaganda and disinformation activities in more than 30 countries. Their services have been available to government intelligence agencies, political campaigns, and private companies that wish to covertly manipulate public opinion. And it's so well known that there's a Wikipedia page about it. This must be my conspiracy, right? One of the organization's primary tools is a software package or aims. The software automates centralized control of thousands of social media profiles. And actually, if you read the article, it says it's not even bots. It's more like avatars because of the intelligence behind the AI. And that they're capable of creating up to 30,000 of these bots at one time, of these avatars at one time. 30,000, and that's just one Israeli Black Ops organization. So I just showed you that not only is there a huge cyber network dedicated to doing this exact thing, attacking criticism of Israel and the Jews, I showed you how they actually do encourage groups of them, people, to sit around and find people like me and attack them with provided talking points so that they can win points and win prizes and all that. Now, if you can provide me more receipts for something to the contrary, I'd love to see it. I often, every time actually, I encourage you, if you really are not an Israeli, not a Jew, and just some regular person, make the Guy Williams Sucks video. Prove it. Prove that you're not Team Jorge. Prove that you're not act.il. Just make a quick video talking shit. Guy Williams Sucks. I'll pull it up. We'll watch it on my feed, all of us together. And then, because I just want you to make that video so it goes viral, well, then take it down. If that's what you think. If you think you can make videos that can go viral, first of all, why are you even here? Why aren't you making videos that can go viral and making some money? But secondly, all you got to do is take it down. See, I can answer all of your bullshit before you say it. So what if it's true? No one cares about your little audience, bro. Oh, so what if it is true? Before it wasn't true, but now, so what if it is? Well, my little audience is affected by that exact thing. You don't get the numbers I get and then still struggle to get the numbers. When you get the numbers I get, your feed just starts moving in that direction. But I'm not allowed to. And of course, I'm trying to explain why anybody would be here in opposition. Because if I ask all of the opposition, why are you here? Why would you waste day after day, hours at a time, begging for my attention when I'm wrong? I'm the guy that thinks we should kill pedos and eliminate the Jew control scheme. So whatever your reason is for being here, you won't tell me, so it leads me to make the assumption myself that you're probably a Jew or a pedophile. What else could it be? Who else supports pedophiles than pedophiles? Just look at Trump. Ellie's gonna pray for me. Again, more arrogant bullshit. You're saying, I can't come up with anything that even makes remote sense. So I'm just going to pray that God does something. You think you can command God, the God that's ignoring all of the children being raped by clergy as we speak, that's ignoring all of the Christians having bombs dropped on the tent that they live in because Israel bombed their house to death. God's ignoring all that so he could sit here and try to get me to believe in it. That's what God needs. God needs me to believe in it. And really, how can you prove that God isn't speaking through me? Prove that that's not happening. My birthday's on Christmas. I'm Guy, the son of Guy. My mother was Mary. Her mother and father were Margaret Magdalena and Joseph. My parents were both born on the same day, the same year. Summer solstice. It took three, each of them were three, the cusp between Gemini and Cancer, so Gemini is 2. And then, so 3 astrological signs each came together to make Guy, son of Guy, with my bronzy skin and my woolly hair, How do you know that God isn't working through me? How do you know God doesn't hate everything that's being done in his name, in its name? How do you know God doesn't hate all religions, especially Judaism, and God's just working through me to overcome all of this shit? Prove it? Prove that that's not what's happening. Let's see what kind of shit you have to say. Don't make no sense. I'm putting the pot in coffee and rolling. I'm putting a pot of coffee and rolling up. Good for you, yes. Of course I have a point, Ellie. Of course I do, because I'm not some dumbass who can't think for myself. The day you prove that God isn't working through me is the day that I'll believe in him, okay? That's why become Christian and teach the error of the way. You're so stupid. So what if God hates Christianity and is using me to expose it? That's why I'm this person. That's why I'm so good at this. That's why I'm so feared. That's why I'm so interfered with, especially by the Jews. How do you know that's not the case? The day you prove that God isn't working through me is the day I'll believe in it. Now watch all these crybabies start talking about other shit. Peter, you're still pretty new here. We've tried to discuss now you're trying to get stroked off by somebody else, claiming you've done this before. You can't do it now. You're gonna claim you've done this before. So yeah, discussed topics with him before, and he just skips over them and rants. Maybe 10% of the time, he reads the comments regularly. Aww. Oh, these guys are so stupid. Your video signal is being targeted by Jew Space Laser. Yeah, well, you can make all the jokes you want. Within a couple of years, we'll find out that shit is actually happening. And I don't need Jew Space Lasers. Remember, I just read you Team Jorge and act.il. I've already proven it. You prove it with your responses. You're not sitting here condemning the genocide. You're not sitting here condemning the Goyim slavery. You're definitely not condemning Matitza Bapay. You're not condemning, the killing of pedophiles. Well, you're not condemning pedophilia and saying we should kill them. The only thing to assume is that you support all those things. That's quite a fucking super bit of cosmology superstar. Status, arrival time on Earth, my friend. Seriously, 2028, here we go. Yep. Gonna win that fucking presidency. Go take your kids a bagel and tell them aluminum foil hat for your nose. Yep. See what I mean? The dumb Jew just starts like freaking out. Oh, well, you come there. Error. It's amazing, man. It's amazing how stupid they are. And you see it. Go look up any settler video you can find. These are the stupidest, grimiest, nastiest people in the world. And listen to them talk. Listen to the arguments they make. Listen to the crying that they do. Well, if I don't steal your house, somebody else will. Big, fat, disgusting piece of shit. Yeah. Too late. You've already proven that you are there. We already know that you are a Jew and a pedo. Because why else would you be here? Your motivation to be here. It's not like you guys don't lie about literally everything. Everyone needs to go look up Netanyahu's address to the 50 States, One Israel board, the 250 lawmakers from 50 states that are in Israel right now getting indoctrinated. Go look up the speech that Netanyahu gave that is just fucking filled with lies. It's just nothing but lies. Just like the whole October 7th lie, where no Israelis were killed and no Israelis were taken hostage. Literally, no one in the chat thinks you are. Yeah, they do. Everybody knows you are. You're telling everyone you are. You're not giving a reason why you're here to begin with, why you're here every day, why you make multiple profiles to watch me, why you obsess over me so much if you because you're not a Jew or a pedophile or both. I'm one of them, huh? Ooh. Someone proud of my anti-Semitism? Absolutely. Somebody who knows what words mean? Absolutely. Yeah. I'm the thing that you fear most. I'm an educated goyim. I know what the fuck you're doing. I know all your little tricks. And I'm just better than you all the way around. It's just how it is. That's why you're watching me. I'm not watching you. You think about me all day till I go live again. As soon as I'm done here, I just go do other shit. Oh, yep, projection. There we go. There's another one of those talking points. Projection. This is what they have instead of just answering simple questions. Instead of proving me wrong in any way, they just constantly prove me right. I ignored them and they got me up. I ignored my children and yeah. My 13-year-old, who if he was that hungry could get himself a bagel. Yeah. Look at, see, and you're so stupid, you admit to obsessing over it. You watch every video you can, you take these notes, and you can do all of this kind of shit, but answer the simple question as to why you're here, and you got nothing. You guys are so dumb. That's probably why you think it's a good look with the dreidels and the hats and the, you know. But you're just so stupid. It's really fucking crazy, man. What's the question? You won't answer shit. Simple questions. I'm live on YouTube. Yep, I'm the only one. I'm the only person live on YouTube. All right, so you just have to watch me. And then you have to talk shit about the guy that thinks we should kill pedos and overthrow the Jews. But you won't say why. It's just because you're here. That's what I do. I go on YouTube and then I just talk shit to people. I'm a really cool guy like that. Like, what a doofus. I was just writing and can make it. I watched it live. You yelled at your wife and told her to make it because it only takes 5 seconds. And why don't you make it? Yep, that's what I did. Oh, man. I answered your dumb self like 20 minutes ago. It's funny to watch people spiral out on live. Right, that's what I'm saying. So this person's whole thing is that apparently he finds people that are spiraling out by saying we should kill pedos and we should overthrow the Jews. That's spiraling out. But he finds people that are having a bad day or have mental issues and then pokes at them because he's awesome. That's what he's saying. And I must be, again, having some sort of mental crisis because I don't think we should keep pedos alive. And I think we should overthrow Israel. Boy, that makes so much sense. It's so much sense, doesn't it? you know, that's why I allow them to be here to begin with. That's why their God allows them to be here. To prove the point. If they were doing anything to, you know, to hurt me or make me, you know, upset or spiral out or whatever, I could just block them. It would be that simple. But instead, if I leave them here and just let them keep saying things, they prove the point for me. Hey, it's a mad day for you. Your unemployed spoken word rapper Nazi who doesn't take care of his kids and does drugs in the front yard. Yes, that's what I do. All these drugs in the front yard. I'm a Nazi. Oh, man. Yep. And again, that's why you watch me every day. Because, you know, your job is to be here. Right? Or is it when you're not working, you come here? That's your thing. Every day. Because, again, I think we should kill pedos and overthrow the Jews. And that just makes you so upset. Oh, look at how stupid this is. Y'all tripping balls. Dude's always on it. Family man, just how much you pay attention. No, I remember. I beat my wife. All that shit. I mean, even if it was true, right? Even if I beat my wife, you know, beat my kids, kicked my dog, did all the drugs, drank all the alcohol, you know, I was all these horrible, horrible things. Would that take away from the idea that we should kill pedos? Would that soften the we should kill pedos thing? Does that have anything to do with each other? Are they mutually, you know, are they together? Does that work? Or are they mutually exclusive? What is this? Does anything I do override the genocide that's taking place right now? Is anything I do worse than the slaves that you pay for, that you give their free life to, free housing, free medical, free lives? You know, they get their government check every fucking week or month. And it's way, way more than any of us would ever get. The free mansion, the free healthcare, the free cars. Anything I do is worse than that? He's projecting. This is the second live I've seen of his. He has an obsession with it. Yep, this is the second time you've been here. And I'm projecting. Because, you know, there's all those pedos out there that think we should kill pedos. Yeah, you see those all the time. It's definitely not the people that are, you know, trying to interfere and trying to, you know, talk shit. Those aren't the pedos. It's not these Trump supporters who continue to support the guy who's a fucking pedo. Nah. It's just so stupid. I've seen enough of his contact to know that he is not. He brushes kids off all the time. Yes, right? Because my 13 and 15-year-old, what they want is to spend 24 hours a day with their dad. It's not that when they're home at this time of the day, they're still sleeping because, you know, they're teenagers. Nah, I should be waking them up and being like, you guys need to stay with me and do stuff with me. Because, you know, that's what everybody does. All the teenagers just hang out with their parents all day. And this little 2-3 hour window that I'm live, that dictates all day. That's what happens all day. It's just, it's such desperate nonsense. But like I said, let's just say it's true. I'm not a family man. Again, I'm a horrible... What does that have to do with genocide? What does that have to do with with the ritual sexual assault that is everywhere in Israel? Like, I'm the guy that is opposed to the Israeli children being violated. How come they're not more concerned with their own children being violated? How come some goyim has to talk about it? You don't see any of these pieces of shit talking about Matitza B'Peh and how we need to get rid of it. As long as if it's behind closed doors, that's your own business. No, I mean, it's not. That's not how that works. But who cares? Let's just say any of it's true. What does that take? How does that override anything? Oh, what is your purpose? To make the changes necessary so we can kill the pedophiles and overthrow the Jews that control the narrative. How many different times can somebody say it? It's weird because like the people that are so used to not answering the questions have such a hard time hearing the answer to the questions. Lots of killing is done in self-defense. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Just so stupid. Just so stupid. It's all so stupid. The Karen is the real person on here. Anybody that doesn't come in and go, fuck yeah, we should kill pedos, that's a given. What can we do to make that happen? Oh, I didn't know quite as much as about the whole Jew thing, but yeah, I guess it's all true. So how do we overthrow that? They shouldn't be in charge. They're not special. Like, who's not going to say that? Who doesn't think that we're all equal? We should all work together to make the world a better place. Just seems so fucking crazy. Let's hear some more of this bullshit. You're going to smoke a weed all day long and making shit necessary and crazy. Obviously, what I'm doing has dumbass people like you really upset. If I can keep you pedophiles off the fucking internet for a couple of hours each day, I'm already winning. But yeah, I mean, it's really hard to sit here and pretend like it doesn't matter when clearly you obsess over me like you do. I'd ask you if you're all right, if you need anything, but, I'm a bad parent who I beat you and I starve you and I don't cater.
I haven't eaten in 35 years.
Yeah, well, you are pretty skinny. It's just so silly. Well, you only fed him because I make you do it. What? Nothing, dude. No, that when you guys want food, I'm like, screw you. That was the worst fake laugh you've ever done.
Go lay down, mister. I don't feel well.
It's just so weird, man. They're just so goofy. The things they come up with, because they can't come up with anything, it's just so goofy. Like I keep saying, is there anything that I do that's even close to genocide? Is there anything I do that's even close to...
You sprayed spray in the bee's nest.
Oh, I did. So yeah, I guess that is close to genocide, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Damn. I am not the good person I thought I was. Here I am, trying to hurt my... No, I'm trying to hurt you guys, right? So what I did was I sprayed the nest, then I put a tube that was connected directly into the house so the angry bees would come try to get you guys. Yeah, well, I'm a dick like that. Yeah, get over it, bitch. You're, Y-O-U-R, out there, brother. And I mean way out there. Y-O-U-R. Yeah. That's me. It's crazy to think we should kill pedos. It's crazy to think we should overthrow the Jews. It's not even more crazy to think that this is just your regular old average non-Jewish American just here defending the Israel. He calls everyone a pedophile because it's wishful. This part, yeah. It's not, they're everywhere. You are everywhere. It's so simple. If you're not denouncing it, if you're attacking the guy that thinks we should kill him, then you're probably one of them. Like, does anybody think they're going to come on here and be like, well, I'm a pedo, and I just like to say, no. They're cowards. They're dumb fucking cowards. I have nothing wrong with weed. Oh, no, it's drugs. I was commenting on the statement you made about doing necessary work. I haven't seen him without bud in his hands in 6 months. Moderation, bro. Oh, that's what it is now, huh? Oh, okay. Guess that makes more sense. People that criticize weed is usually addicted to pharmaceuticals or meth. People with intact mental health have no need to control other free will. Well, I mean, again, we're talking about Jews. Their whole existence is based on controlling what we think and how we do things. Well, when it's considered pain medication, so instead of taking pain medication, pharmaceuticals for the pain that I fake my way through, because, what I do is every day I put on a whole bunch of makeup and I have my special effects team put this huge scar on my wrist and then have it make it look like it's swollen and all that, along with the other scars on my hand, because I have to fake like I had surgery. And I only got the surgery because I faked like I was hurt. And the doctors are throwing out fake surgeries all the time. They love doing that. Yeah, it makes total sense. And why would a big 10-inch scar on your fucking wrist, why would that cause you pain? Who knows? Either way, that shit is way worse than all those pedophiles. That shit is way worse than the genocide that's happening. How dare you? I've seen him smoke for 6 hours straight. Well, considering I've never been live for 6 hours, nice one. Nice one. Yeah. And it's funny because, again, notice how these people can respond to these kinds of things, but not anything that actually matters. The simplest question of why you're here isn't something they can seemingly answer. Oh, other than, because I like watching people spiral out. I mean, like, who do you guys think this is? I already showed you. If it's not Team Jorge and it's not act.il, who the fuck do you think this is? The crazy part is I can block all these people and they'll just make a new profile. Why would I be that important to people that they would make new profiles just to watch me? And it's not just to watch, to interfere, to try to, because I'm like, I don't even know what their point is. I have no idea. What's the point of even coming here and, like, what's your goal? My goal is to eradicate pedophilia and the J control system. What's yours? Oh, this is just entertainment. I have access to the entire world through my phone. I have access to every, YouTube page I could. I have Hulu. I have Snapchat and Instagram. And I know a lot of you guys have Telegram and, what's the other pedo one? Discord. You've already admitted to that you guys have those systems, which, from what Gordon Flowers says, those are where the pedos communicate. But you also have TV, you have DVDs, you have video games, you have outside. I mean, you could literally be doing fucking anything. You could be fucking something. if you weren't such a piece of shit, obviously. You could be doing anything else in the world, and I'm the most entertaining thing possible. And oh, that's supposed to hurt my feelings. You coming on here and telling me I'm the most entertaining, yeah, that doesn't make my shit look better. That doesn't add an extra number. That doesn't do all, nope, it works against me. Yeah, I'm paranoid. Because this isn't really happening. This isn't really, I'm making this up. You're not literally doing what I'm saying you're doing. I'm just so paranoid. Just like I'm spiraling, I'm crashing out. My opposition is throwing you in my path, so I figured to say, hey. Well, that makes sense then. No, I gotcha. What stupid, stupid fucking nonsense, man. And I do have to give them credit because they're desperately trying to get us to stop talking about the pedo stuff. That's what this is all about. Stopping to talk about the pedos and how can we overthrow them. So let's go with let's go back to this. Project Esther accuses Jews. Now, Project Esther has sought to identify those who attend pro-Palestinian protests as engaging in material support for terrorism and targeted groups such as the Jewish Voice for Peace and Students for Justice in Palestine. Project Esther's pitch materials were first reported by the Forward, which highlighted its goals as reforming academia by defunding institutions, denying some pro-Palestinian groups access to campuses, and removing faculty. Which is all shit where it's just like, again, if they're wrong, why not try to educate them? You know, why is the immediate response exile? You know, almost like they don't want people hearing what this group has to say. And this is to me, this is also telling. It also supported lawfare through filing civil lawsuits and identifying foreign students for deportation, and planned to enlist local, state, and federal law enforcement to, quote, generate uncomfortable conditions to dissuade groups from protesting. The group has targeted 8, quote, masterminds: George and Alex Soros, J.B. Pritzker, Angela Davis, Manolo de los Santos, Vijay Prashad, Neville Singham, and Jody Evans, who it believes are at the center of progressive politics. The Soros family is the subject of a number of long-standing anti-Semitic communities. I need to find the Soros family, man. They should be funding my ass. Seriously, I need to get a hold of the Soroses. I think they would actually dig what we do. The New York Times reported its pitch materials to potential donors include an illustration of a pyramid of progressive elites with Soros and Pritzker at the top. The presentation also targeted the Tides Foundation and the Rockefeller Brothers Fund as part of an anti-Semitism ecosystem, along with allied politicians Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. According to Mondo Weiss, the project is intended to not to combat anti-Semitism, but to combat political activism, particularly by the left. According to the New York Times, Slate, Haaretz, The Forward, and Jewish Insider, Project Esther does not address right-wing anti-Semitism. According to Slate, Esther does not acknowledge or address right-wing anti-Semitism or white supremacy. According to the foreword, Project Esther focuses exclusively on left-wing critics of Israel, ignoring the anti-Semitism problems from white supremacists and other far-right groups. Again, notice how they don't say anti-Jewish. Yeah, they've done well today. Well done, 4 times 2. Sega Mega Drive goes to... That's funny, isn't it? When asked by Jewish Insider to explain why the effort did not include right-wing anti-Semitism, James Carafano, the head of the Heritage's anti-Semitism operation, said, "White supremacists are not my problem because white supremacists are not part of being conservative." According to the New York Times, Project Esther head Victoria Coates acknowledges that anti-Semitism was also a problem on the right, adding that the progressive group targeted by the project are a threat to American society, not just to Israel. Notice how there's literally no mentions of like how or why or what. I know about George. Yeah, I've heard rumors, but if George is a large, you know, a big backer, a big anti-Semitism, a big target of Israel, well, then I would assume a lot of this negative stuff that's about him is manufactured. The Times of Israel has described Project Esther's aim as a government crackdown on anti-Israel groups once Donald Trump returns to the White House. According to Religious Dispatches and the New York Times, Project Esther is closely tied to Christian Zionism and the new apostolic Reformation. The New York Times reported that a number of evangelical Christian groups involved in Project Esther had aligned themselves with conservatives in Israel who believe the Bible gives Israel the right to control the occupied Palestinian territories. Just based on what? See, this is another one of those whys that just never gets discussed. There's literally no, like, substance to any of this. It's just like crybaby. It's the comment section. Huma Aberdeen, formerly married to Anthony Weiner, is currently dating or married to Alex Soros. That's not surprising. It's a small club and you ain't in it. And that some also believes supporting Israel will hasten the end times or advance Christianity's global influence. I mean, this is just goofy. This is just fucking goofy. I really don't know how else to, go about this. You notice how, as always, the comment section goes quiet. Well, it goes quiet about what I'm saying. They always seem to pipe up when I'm talking about something, like they're trying to distract from what I'm saying, so hopefully that you get caught up in some sort of back and forth and don't hear what's actually said. But it's funny how they never have anything to fucking say. Victoria Curtin Gardner Coates. Wow, she's 4 names, huh? American conservative political advisor. She served as senior advisor to U.S. Secretary of Energy Dan Brule, I don't know, in 2020, and later was appointed to run the Middle East Broadcasting Networks. Why would this broad be put in that position? 4 years later, she's making this anti-Palestinian shit. That's a pretty big jump. Let's see if we... Early life and education. Coates was born and raised in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which is like right near those Jewish neighborhoods, where her father, Eugene Herr Gardner, started an investment firm, but she's not Jewish. She's not, they swear. And of course, her father isn't in blue. She is a distant descendant of Andrew Gregg Curtin, who served as governor of Pennsylvania during the Civil War. It's a small club, and you ain't in it. She attended Lancaster County Day School through 1986. After earning an undergraduate degree at Trinity College, Connecticut, she obtained a master's degree in art history from Williams College in '92 and a doctorate from University of Pennsylvania, where she wrote a dissertation on Camillo Massimo. She later taught at the university as an occasional adjunct instructor. That's easy. Coates lives with her husband, George G.H. Coates Jr., a wine dealer and chairman of the Commonwealth Foundation for Public Policy Alternatives, with their 2 children in Chestnut Hill, Pennsylvania. They married while she was a student at the University of Pennsylvania. That's it. And then we get a big long ass, her political career. In the 2000s, she blogged mainly about foreign policy under the pen name Academic Elephant at the conservative blog site Red State. Her blog posts were read by aides of Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld, who later recruited Coates to work as an advisor for his book. Come the fuck on. Are we serious here? Why would you ever take any of this shit seriously? What's up, dopey? It's just so strange. It's such a strange feeling. It's like the house is on fire and I'm just screaming at everybody, come on, you guys, we gotta get out of here. And you guys are like, nah. Those are just the smoke alarms. They go off all the time. They've been going off for years. Who cares? Yeah, I smell that, but that's just a bonfire out back. It is getting warm in here, but, that's nothing. Yeah, somebody must be lighting incense or something, because it's kind of smoky. Like, it's so weird how stupid everybody is. Don't you see it? Don't you see that? Like, how did you not see that October 7th was about to happen? I did. I called it months in advance. And I even called it in a way that, like, I knew I wasn't like, it's going to be any day now. It's going to be any day now. I knew it was going to be after the visa waiver program. I didn't think they'd wait a week. Get up, bro. Pull your neck in place nice. You really don't want to. But if it makes you feel better. It's just so strange, man. Like, I get it. Well, I get it to a degree, I guess. I get it if you're one of them and you're really selfish and you just want your own, you don't care about anybody but yourself. Like, if you're one of them, you were probably sexually assaulted by them at a young age. That's part of the ritual. That's part of their oh, shit. That's part of their ritual culture. That's part of what makes them them. And I assume that's what takes the humanity out of them. I assume that's why they're, in general, such just disgusting, horrible people. But, why are we listening to poor people with no life? I don't know. That's what I keep asking you. You don't seem to have an answer for that, but you come here every day. I assume it's because truth is sexy, and even if you claim you don't like it, yikes! You claim you don't like it, it's clear you do, because you live for me. Nice catch. But the dude was disrespectful towards me, talking to you, filling him with the rules before. Who cares if they're disrespectful to you? Why would you give a shit? The fact that they're even talking about you or targeting you means you're hurting them. You're bothering them. They can only be disrespectful to you if you allow them to be. But you're talking about genocidal pedophiles. You're letting genocidal pedophiles disrespect you? Are you kidding me? That's not how that shit works. Never give in to these pieces of shit. They don't matter. They're worse than you. You can't let somebody worse than you upset you. You know, somebody that doesn't matter. Like, these are people who are better off dead than they are here. Why would you ever take anything they have to say seriously? These are disgusting, horrible pieces of shit people. If they're even people. They're definitely not humane. But it's that's giving them the mega drive right there. Being upset, that gets extra points. I just can't, Like, if these guys were standing in front of me right now, I'd just be laughing at them. Their goofy penguin suits and shit. Their big fucking goofy ass schnozzes. Beady little eyes and shit. These are the ugliest little troll people. Nothing they say matters. And again, you want to feel bad for them because they were violated so horribly as kids. But they had the choice. They could have separated from it. Once they got old enough, they could have said, look, I don't care what kind of advantages I get from this. I'm opposed to this. I will no longer associate myself with this cult. I don't give them a shit, I'm just letting him know not to even go there. But why not? Let him go anywhere he wants. Literally anything they say just makes us look better. They can go anywhere they want. They're fucking stupid. I'm not worried about it. The worst thing I've ever done in my life doesn't even come close to the pedophilia and genocide that they support every day, let alone practice. I'm not going to be mad at the dog shit that I step in. I'm going to be mad at myself for stepping in it. I'm going to be mad at the owner who let their dog shit out wherever and didn't clean it up. But I'm not going to get beat. You dog shit. Wow, man, I hate you, dog shit. Like, nah, fuck you. Not the dog shit's fault. Dog shit was just chilling. I fucked up the dog shit's day. I beat the dog every day. Yeah. Joined 29 seconds ago. Has no subscribers. Which means it's one of the same people that's been blocked numerous times. Specifically making profiles so they can come in. Literally joined YouTube 30 seconds ago and they're already here. That's pretty impressive. Must be doing something right. Anyway. Really wish this was more difficult. I really wish this was, more challenging. But I'm getting bored, honestly. Go check out that Project Esther shit. It's pretty crazy. More receipts. I'm always going to provide you with receipts. First of all, go get your free download, www.bilderberg-group.com. It's free to download, free to listen to. Just put 0 in the payment box, and it is free. All we ask is that you share it with someone. But the receipts are going to be Hollywoodism, a link to Hollywoodism, the most important film ever made. Just go watch it, man. It tells you everything I'm saying, or at least it explains why things are the way they are. And then go read the Israel Hayom Bottom of Darkness article, which is literally, you know, it's going to be difficult because the article will keep kicking you out and moving. Like, for a website to make an article so difficult to read seems counterintuitive, but apparently that was just, that's what they decided to do. But still, it's worth a read. It's hard to read it. It's a really awful read. I've actually read it on here before. But it's all about the ritual sexual abuse that they do to their own fucking children. So imagine what they can do to us. There's also going to be the 3 links to the Facebook page. Donald Trump Hates America, COVID Sauce, and Sleight of Hand Job. Go like those videos. Go share those videos. Sub to the page. Like this video. Share this video. Sub to this channel. Have yourself a great day, and most importantly, all you sick, disgusting pedophiles who unfortunately will be here tomorrow, please don't, because you killed yourself.